All right, here we go. I've got another thought this morning talking about community and why I believe that Fresh Journey, a huge component about it is community. We need each other. We were created to first need God, and He created all the variety of people that you see because we have a need. Our first need is for God, and then He displays Himself in the character that He's created in the people around you. And you, for that reason, that purpose. So, talking about community means that a lot of times what we want to do and what fear and anxiety and shame do to us is they send us into our own corners. So, say you're a person who has experienced a lot of, obesity issues, things like that. You struggle with not wanting to be seen, right? Fear of being judged. And the truth is sometimes you are. And so what that does is it sends you into hiding, draws you back to your place of comfort, and that's away from people and towards whatever is drawing you in. Very similar with addictions of many kinds. Or you're a person who has taken some wrong teaching or some wrong comment that somebody made about your body, and you have become a person who obsesses, counts every calorie, works off all the food that you need in order to live, so that you have an image of who you want to be and who others tell you you need to be. So that draws you into your own corner where you can't communicate, the inner feelings of I'm not enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not pretty enough. All those not enoughs. So often in our not enough or too muchness, we separate into our own corners and we don't connect. We don't connect with ourselves, telling ourselves what's true. We don't connect with God. We don't let Him into that corner because that's our corner to deal with. And then most definitely, we are heck no, not going to let other people into that space. And when we say confession in church, you have these weird ideas of sitting in a little booth, talking to a man on the other side who's going to tell you something that you need to do in order to get right with God. Well, that doesn't work. Sorry. Confession means simply your spirit talking. You can talk out loud, you can write it, you can pray in your mind. Your spirit can commune with the Lord's Spirit. Pretty cool. And just tell Him, hey, I think I'm kind of off in some of these things and I want your help to figure it out. I'm confessing that I don't know everything and that I think I might be doing it wrong and I need to know what it is that I need to change. So it starts with you and God, right? God first, like we talked about earlier. And then what God does is He invites you into a community like Fresh Journey, where you can be open and honest and begin to dialogue about those things. Good morning. Those things that you're starting to question, you're starting to wonder, you're starting to feel confused and isolated about ways maybe you've lived like that for a really long time and this is all new. And you're just curious to see what other people might have thought or if they've ever thought those things. And so when we do that, the Bible calls that bringing it into the light. And it describes God as the light. If you do any studies on what heaven is like, it says there is no sun, for the God lights the world. And so when we step into the light and allow what darkness and just those ways that we think that we're God, right? We think we know better than he does. We think we know how to do it. That's what it means to be human, right? In a fallen world, is that you think you know better. And until you humble yourself, submit yourself, come under his authority, and go ahead and tell him that you haven't been doing it right, and that you want help, and you want to do it better, and you want to do it his way. And that's going to involve stepping into the light and stepping into a community that is also doing that. That it's a safe place to be able to step into the light and to walk together, to honor God, and to seek his freedom. Oh, there's so much freedom in Jesus. The price has been paid, right? My sin, my selfishness, my own way of thinking is not held against me by the God who made me, because he entered this world and took my place. Freedom, amen? And then there's rest. I don't have to do any of that work. It's accomplished. I simply have to receive it. So I can rest in receiving the love that he's poured out on me. And I can freely offer that to other people because they can't earn it either. There's so much rest in Jesus. And I can give you the encouragement, and we can encourage each other that this is the way. Let's walk in it. Let's find that freedom, rest, and encouragement for our souls. And then we begin to experience healing in all areas of life. Our relationships, our mental abilities, anxiety and depression and those things, they're not going to go away. They're a part of this fallen world. However, they too will bow to the knee and tell the Lord that he is God, that they will bow. And so we can, with his power and purpose, begin to really wrestle some of those things and find healing. And then this journey that we're on is going to continue, right? When I first started this journey, I wanted it to be over and done with. I didn't want to know, like what I'm going to tell you, that this gets to go on forever and ever until the Lord returns or he takes me home. Because that's part of this created order at this point in time. That it is our job to seek the Lord, seek him first, to confess that our ways don't match his many, many, many times throughout the day, which then continues throughout our lifetimes and draws us ever closer to needing him and to needing each other and to rally around each other, to support and encourage one another, to continue seeking God, to continue drawing close, to continue forgiving when someone hurts us, to continue seeking forgiveness when we hurt others, to being raw and real and living out this life in this world with the knowledge and love of God overflowing and settling and receiving that fully into our lives, which gives us the abundant life and freedom that our souls deep inside are longing for. And so those were my thoughts on community and a little piece on why it's so important. And there'll probably be a lot more thoughts about that, but I just wanted to share that with you again and hope that you have a wonderful day. Come join us on a hike, try a download. I'm starting a new wellness reset at the end of August. And so we're going to try to figure out how to take care of ourselves using our DNA, God's design, for what it means to be human, to be in community, to journey together. And hopefully someday I'll get to take a journey and an adventure wherever you're at and we can go together, oh, won't that be wonderful? But for today, this is what I've got, and this is where I am. And I'm so thankful to be able to be with you virtually. All right, take care. Bye.